Did a curse on the Titanic send America into World War I, 5 years after she sank? Trust me, this is one story you've never heard. BrainBall presents Boating Bad, The Curse of the White Star Line. The White Star Line was founded in Liverpool in 1845 and quickly became one of the most successful and prominent shipping companies in the world. The business boomed, but White Star learns just how quickly good fortune can sour. Decades before the sinking of the Titanic, the company's success would be marred by a series of accidents and disasters which led some to believe that the company was cursed. But could this curse send America to war? If you're enjoying this video, please consider giving us a like and subscribe. Also, turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks! The RMS Taylor was built in 1853 and was one of the largest and fastest ships of its time. While en route from Liverpool, it struck rocks off the coast of Ireland in January 1854, resulting in the loss of 360 lives. Just 9 months later, the SS Arctic sank in November 1854 off the coast of Newfoundland. Despite rescue efforts, only 87 of the 400 people on board survived. The Atlantic was en route to New York in 1873 when it ran aground off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, resulting in the loss of over 500 lives. Sadly, many of the passengers were emigrants from Ireland travelling to America to start a new life. The SS Noronnic's disappearance in 1899 was the kind of mysterious event that captivated the nation at a time when people still believed in sea monsters. The ship was en route from Liverpool to New York when it vanished without a trace, with all 74 crew members on board presumed lost at sea. In 1912, White Star launched their most famous and innovative ship, the Titanic. She was touted as the largest and most luxurious ship of its time and attracted a lot of attention from the media and public. Just 4 days into the ship's maiden voyage, it hit an iceberg and sank in the early hours of April 15th, 1912. More than 1,500 people lost their lives in the disaster, making it one of the deadliest maritime tragedies in history. White Star faced a barrage of criticism and lawsuits in the aftermath of the sinking, which damaged its reputation and led to a decline in business. The next tragedy to impact White Star was the sinking of a ship operated by a rival company 3 years after the Titanic fell. This single event would become the strongest evidence for anyone who believes the company was cursed. On May 7th, 1915, the RMS Lusitania, owned by the Cunard Line, was torpedoed and sunk by a German U-boat. Of the 1,959 passengers and crew on board, 1,198 died, including 128 Americans. On board the Lusitania, on the night it was sunk, were several survivors of the Titanic disaster. One notable survivor was Margaret Brown, also known as the unsinkable Molly Brown. Brown was famously known for helping to organise the lifeboats during the Titanic disaster and was later praised for her bravery during the sinking of the Lusitania as well. She was later portrayed by Kathy Bates in the 1997 movie Titanic. Unfortunately, there were also several Titanic survivors who perished when the Lusitania was sunk, adding to the already staggering loss of life from both disasters. There are some who believed it was those cursed passengers who survived the Titanic that led to the disaster aboard the Lusitania. Did a hex on White Star Lines lead America to war? The incident strained diplomatic relations between the US and Germany and played a significant role in shifting public opinion towards intervention, ultimately leading to the US joining the conflict in 1917. Now, for a bit of trivia. The wreckage of the Titanic remained undiscovered for more than 70 years, despite multiple attempts to locate it. It was eventually found in 1985 by a team of scientists who had been searching for 2 missing submarines, making the discovery a complete accident. After the sinking, many Americans boycotted White Star Line and other British ships out of fear of being attacked by German U-boats. Profits tumbled. The glory days of White Star Line were long behind them. In 1927, the SS Vestris, another White Star Line ship, sank off the coast of Virginia due to poor maintenance and overcrowding.
Check out the next one about the notorious White Star shipping line and the curse that some say doomed the Titanic.
As the 1930s
on
rolled
this
around,
British shipping
the Great
company
Depression
somehow
took hold
lead
of the
America
world.
into World
In
War
an attempt
I,
to turn things
5
around,
years after the
White Star
legendary
Line
liner sank in
merged with their
1912.
longtime rival,
Trust
the
me,
Cunard
you
Line,
don't
in
want to miss this one.
1934.
Thanks for watching BrainBall.
The owners
See
of
you
the
next time.
Lusitania and Titanic were now bought under one umbrella. The merger marked the end of the White Star Line as an independent company. So, was there a White Star curse? In short, no. Based on historical findings, it was estimated that a little over 3,000 people died on White Star Line sinkings over the course of almost 100 years. While those numbers are undoubtedly tragic, they pale in comparison to some of the single deadliest shipwrecks in maritime history. For example, the sinking of the German military transport ship Wilhelm Gustloff in 1945 resulted in an estimated 9,000 deaths. From the Atlantic to the Titanic to the Vestris, the White Star Line suffered a series of devastating losses that would ultimately contribute to their downfall. While there is no evidence of a curse, their legacy is a stark reminder of the risks and dangers of transatlantic travel in the early 20th century. If you liked this video, check out this next one about how a stack of old leaky air mattresses turned into a $100 billion business. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Thanks for watching BrainBall.